Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, I want to thank you for joining us as we are talking. We're in the book of Philippians right now, and we're talking about Paul's prayer that he had to the Philippians. We're doing this in 3 episodes because there was three things he was really praying for the Philippians for. And our ears should perk up. When someone says that to me, hey, I'm praying for you for this, then my ears perk up and I'm like, oh, okay, what are you praying for me for? And like, oh, okay, yes. So this is, and this applies to us, okay? So don't think, oh, this is just for the Philippians, no, that they'd have good wells or whatever. No, it's not that at all. It's like this applies to us. The first episode we talked about that your love may abound more and more, that your love may be just like gushing out all over, and it may be obvious to everyone else. And then we talked about that love, the second episode, which was yesterday, that love may be coming out, and then it would give you knowledge and depth of and insight. So as we love, then we are learning more about God, and we're getting that knowledge of God and of others. Okay, today is the last one, and it's that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless. Okay, so as we love, okay, and then as we gain knowledge of that, well, then we're becoming more pure and wanting to do those things that bring purity in our lives. Okay, if I love the Lord and I know that the Lord hates me taking his name in vain, do you think I'm going to do that? No, I'm going to avoid taking his name in vain. So my life is becoming more pure because I'm not taking his name in vain anymore. Okay, so let me read here. This is taken from Philippians chapter 1, verses 9 through 11. And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ into the glory and praise of God. Okay, I like what it says there, that you may be filled with depth and insight so that you may be able to discern. Okay, so Paul is praying that you have discernment here as to what's best, and may be pure for the day. So as I grow in my relationship with God, Paul is praying that I have discernment as to what I need to work on and what I need to clean up in my life. All right. And so I talked about, like, if I'm taking the Lord's name in vain, it might be that as I get to know God and I'm watching some, R-rated movies, that I'm like, you know what, God doesn't really like me watching that, and so I get rid of the R-rated movies, things like that, so that in the end I may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ. In the end, as my love grows and my relationship with God grows, it comes to the day, to the end times there, and I don't have anything really to blame. I love the Lord, so I love my wife. I treat her well. I don't cheat on her and stuff like that. So when someone approaches me and says, hey, you've been cheating on your wife, I'm like, no, I haven't been cheating on my wife, because I love my wife and I love the Lord. And so I'm blameless with that. There's nothing they can find with that, because I've been living for the Lord and loving my wife and loving others. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So let me conclude by going over these last the 3 steps in Paul's prayer here. Paul was praying that your love may abound more and more. It may be just like exploding and replacing. It may be obvious to everyone else that, wow, this guy really loves God and he loves people. As a result of that, as I love, then I'm gaining the knowledge of God and insight, and so I'm learning more about God and learning more about others, and then I may be able to discern what is best and what is pure and blameless. Okay, so as my love for God grows, I know that God really doesn't like me doing certain things, so then I stop doing those things. Okay, so that I may be pure. All right, so that's Paul's prayer. Thanks for joining me as we are going through Philippians, and tomorrow we're going to start verse 12 of chapter 1. Hey, thanks. We'll see you mañana.